Guten Tag! We are the Safran Sisters.
And this is Swiss Don't Miss with a splash of Italy. We decided to go to the beautiful land of the Swiss Alps. As we prepared, our dad looked at the map and said, "Hey, we're so close, let's dip our toe into Italy too."
So here's our journey. All planned out by our mom, of course. We took off from Philly, direct to Zurich, which was about 7 hours.
As soon as we landed, we jumped on a train heading south to Lake Lucerne. A word on trains, they are so easy and always on time.
They run like clockwork.
And you want to look at getting the full travel pass, as it makes it so easy to jump on any train, bus, boats, and even museums. At Lucerne, we explored the quintessential Swiss town as we made our way to the hotel. The town is steeped in history, beauty, and lots of water. From the serene Lake Lucerne to over 200 fountains with fresh, clean drinking water for all.
Even though Switzerland has 4 official languages, German, French, Italian, and Romansh, just about everyone speaks English.
In the afternoon, we took a boat, as part of the travel pass, across the lake where you can hop on and off the different stops, all while enjoying the sights and, of course, some spirits.
Drinking age in Switzerland is 16 for beer and wine and 18 for hard liquor. What?
After that, back to town where we had our first taste of fondue. And let me tell you something, whoever came up with what we call Swiss cheese in America has not been to Switzerland, because all the cheese we had was beyond amazing.
In fact, all of the food was amazing. Claire, Rosti, bratwurst.
You forgot chocolate.
Oh, I'm saving the chocolate.
Day 1 in the books, we hopped on another train and headed south towards Stechelberg. On the way, we stopped in Interlaken, the gateway to the Bernese Alps. Right near the train station, after we stowed our luggage and lockers, we did, not gonna lie, a very steep 4-hour hike to Harderkuhl. The views along the way and up the top were so worth it.
And so was the beer and food. If you don't want to do the hike, there's also a funicular that takes you to the top. We rode that down.
Back at the train station, we caught a short bus ride to Hotel Stechelberg. Here, we got to try Rosti and more fondue. After a good night's sleep and amazing breakfast, it was time for our next hiking adventure. This was the centerpiece of our trip. We hiked about 4 steep but totally doable miles up to the charming Hotel Obersteinberg. They have no electricity, so you were told to bring a flashlight and cash.
Luckily, they cook all of your meals for you, and the views are absolutely stellar. After lunch, we explored this incredible hidden lake, Oberhornsee, where we thought we were going to go swimming, but dip one toe in and you realize that it is icy cold, but still beautiful to photograph.
The next morning, we hiked back down to Stechelberg, where we were able to do a 10-minute walk to the gondola lift to Milan and Schildhorn. This was the mountain excursion we mentioned earlier. This was pretty cool. They filmed the 1969 James Bond movie, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, at the top of the mountain. They have really tricked this place out with a cool James Bond museum, a rotating restaurant called Peas Gloria, and my favorite part, the Terror Walk.
You will also see tons of people paragliding off the mountain in this area.
On day 5, we headed south again by train to Zermatt. Zermatt is home to the granddaddy of them all, the Matterhorn. This mountain is as massive as you imagine. Zermatt is such a charming town where for 6 weeks in the summer at 5 p.m., there's a parade of goats that are heading back from a day of grazing.
Who doesn't love goats? So, as we mentioned, we wanted to also go to Italy. So on day 6, we made our journey first on the Glacier Express and then the Bernina Express. These were both panoramic trains that barreled through the Swiss countryside.
There is no better way to travel. This brought us across the Italian border to the town of Tirano, where we stayed at the wonderful Ostello de Castello and had our first authentic Italian dinner in town.
The next morning, we rented a car for our trip to Venice.
Okay, so Venice is pretty epic. Everywhere you turn is another great photo spot. It's so unique. The canals and architecture, the music, museums, the wine, the food. It has it all.
My dad liked it because it felt like one giant spy movie set.
Of course, we had to do an old-fashioned gondola ride. There are plenty of them and well worth 90 euros. Since we were limited on time, we only stayed one day, and we headed to the fashion capital of the world, Milan. But we got there late, and all the stores were closed. So we had just enough time for an amazing dinner and window shopping at the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele, which is right next to the epic Duomo of Milan.
Time to go home via Switzerland.
We're going home via Switzerland.
Our final day, we hopped on our last train north back to Zurich. Zurich was surprisingly quaint, fresh, old, and new all at the same time. We stayed at the Swiss Chocolate Hotel right in the heart of Old Town Zurich. This is where we sampled chocolate, and a lot of it. We did a self-guided walking tour where we went into about 10 shops and sampled all of the amazing Swiss chocolate, each one better than the next.
At night, the city was alive, and we got ready to enjoy our last evening in Switzerland.
Well, that's a wrap on another fantastic journey.
Check out our other travel video, Planet Iceland, 9 days in 9 minutes. And subscribe to the Safran channel.
Dankeschön for watching.
Auf Wiedersehen!